Right, hey everyone. I want to tell you a little bit about the Ika Hoe, give you a brief overview, and then show you a few ways you can use it. So it's made in Japan. It has a fully forged head, which means it's been heated and hammered and then tempered. So it's durable, but it's not brittle. It does sharpen up really nicely on this flat side. It has a pretty thick eye, which is really nice. That's a potential break point. It's nice and strong. The other thing you'll notice, or you might not notice, is that there are no welds here. As there are in cheaper versions of this tool, often you'll see a bead where it's been welded. There's no welds on this one, so it is strong. The other thing that the Japanese do is they only hit the wedge in part way, which is nice because as the tool head gets loose, if it does, you can just tap on that wedge and tighten up the head. It has an oak handle. It's a really nice length. I think it's about 18 inches. I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head. Not too long and not too short. It's oval where you grab it like a hammer would be, but then down here near the head it gets thicker for strength. I love this tool for weeding around perennials and, as you'll see, for transplanting. So I am planting comfrey, and I've got these pieces of root that are actually starting to grow that I dug up from another comfrey plant, an established comfrey plant. And we're just going to get this area ready for it. So one thing that I like about the two sides is you have a couple options. If I'm trying to get something out and get all the roots out, I really like the 3 prongs. And you can see there's this little bunch grass here. You can smack in the 3-prong side and lever up the plant with, maybe not all the roots, but a good portion of them. Just throwing it in and pushing back on the handle of the tool. And it's nice to get as much dirt off the roots as possible. Now, if I wanted to do this a little more quickly and I didn't care about getting all the roots, I would use the flat blade. And I like to hold the plant that I'm taking off, and I'm almost like scalping or scraping. It works really well when you can add that tension from holding on to the tops of the plant. Now that's quite a bit faster, but I don't think it's as thorough. So it kind of just depends on what I'm trying to do. Maybe later in the season, if I just want to get the grass off the comfrey's back, I come through with the flat blade and it's quick. But in this case, I'm kind of wanting to keep this area as clear for as long as I can, reasonably. So, and what I did before this, you can't quite see it, but we're right next to a young Asian pear. And we went around the Asian pear and we used this tool to weed out the grass. So it's great for weeding. So this is pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So perfectly useful for digging a little hole. And then I've got my comfrey root. Comfrey is really easy to transplant, by the way. Just going to bury that and backfill my hole. As easy as that.